Hey, I'm Rod. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you watching. Well, today is part 3 of my Stingray 4S or my Stingray 4-string build. I've got to narrow this part of the body down because it's wider than the 4-string neck. And the reason for that is because my original idea was to be able to make this to where I could interchange necks, a 4-string to a 6-string and back and forth. But I really couldn't come up with a good idea to be able to interchange that because the 4-string neck isn't as wide as the 6-string. And that's why this is wider. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down to the same width as the 4-string neck, contour it a little bit, make it look pretty good. I'm also going to cut in the shape on the top of my neck, on the neck stock. We're going to do that and see how far I can get. So let me get set up and we'll get started. Well, my plan here is to take my bandsaw and cut just inside, or run that bandsaw just on the edge of this part right here. And then right here where I've got it curved out, I'm going to try to cut that and curve it out. And then I'm going to run it on my barrel sander to contour it a little bit. So let's see what happens. Hopefully I don't screw this up because this is really a pain to make. You're going to set the neck in it. That's going to look pretty good right there. So what I need to do now is I'm going to get my barrel sander out and sand these little curves right here where I'd cut those in and sand this up a little bit, and then we can go on from there. Okay, that looks pretty good right there. It's all sanded up. I need to come back later and get some sandpaper and just sand these edges down a little bit, round them over a little bit, sand the sides right here. I'm going to do all that before I put the base coat on it. So now I'm going to move over to the neck and cut out the pattern for the headstock. All right, here's my headstock right here. And I had to glue some wood on the side because here's my pattern right here. And it's just a little bit wider. I probably got more wood on there than I need. So that's going to go like that. And I've already marked my pattern here, so I'm going to go over here and we're going to cut this shape out on the bandsaw, glue this on like normal, and run it through my table router. Well, I couldn't get the pattern to stick on real good, so I wound up putting a couple screws right where the tuners are going to go. So let's route it out. Okay, I got the headstock routed out. It's looking good. I've already sanded it down kind of smooth. What I need to do now is I'm going to go back with some BONDO on this one because I didn't do it on the Stradalele and I wished I would have, and fill up any little cracks like where the glue is and some little spots right there. I need to fill that up and sand it down. Then I can move on forward and get everything prepped for the base coat. I got my BONDO mixed up. We're going to go ahead and put some on here and try to smooth it out a little bit and hide some of the flaws. Okay, I'm going to let that dry. We'll come back and sand it. Okay, this is dry enough. I'm going to sand it down a little bit. Okay, that's getting kind of smooth, looking pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and finish sanding it up off camera, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I got the headstock nearly sanded up, but I'm going to go ahead and drill in the holes for the tuners because I'm liable to get some chip out on the back, and I might need to go ahead and put some BONDO on that and fix it up. So I've already got the holes marked where the tuners are going to go. I'm going to go ahead and drill those in. All right, there we go. Now you see on the back here, I got a little bit of chip out right here and right here, so I'm going to go back with some BONDO and fill that up. Let me do all that, let this dry, sand it up, and then we'll go on to the next step. Okay, now what I need to do is I need to drill the holes for the neck. And with the pattern I got for the neck pattern, router pattern, I got the pattern for the holes. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this on here with my tape and super glue, and we'll come back and drill the holes in it. Okay, I need to drill the pilot holes in the back of the neck for the neck screws, but it has to be straight, and I was trying to figure out the best way to make sure that it is straight, lined up with the center. Then I remembered that this template right here, I don't know if you can see it, it's wider at the bottom than it is at the top, so it kind of locks in. So you put your neck in it and it won't pull off, right? So I'm going to put the pattern on the body. I'm going to set the neck in it where it needs to go. Then I'm going to pull this down a little bit, and it will tighten up against the neck at the top. Line up the center line, and now my neck is straight. Drill the pilot holes, and there we go. There we go. I got my pilot holes drilled in, and it's perfectly straight. I'm going to go ahead and do a test fit and attach the neck, see what it looks like. Alright, there you go. There's a sneak peek of what it's going to look like. I think it's going to look really cool. I'm going to go ahead and call it for part 3. It's kind of a short one on this one. I'm going to go ahead and finish sanding this up off camera. I'm going to go ahead and put the grain filler on it off camera. I'm going to prep it and ready for paint. And on the next one, we're going to go ahead and try to paint it and hydro dip it, and almost on the downhill slide. So I appreciate you watching. Hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one.